Happy Thursday. I wanted to take a moment to send you one more announcement about your papers. For those of you who have decided to resubmit your paper, please know, again, like I said in the email, it's about the process that the course is based on competence. So if you receive a lower amount of points, there are just some areas that you need to firm up in your competence. And I'm not as concerned about the grade that you get as much as that you walk away with the skills so that when you're not in the class, you're able to operate most effectively as a chemical dependency counselor assistant. For instance, say for instance, you receive low points around the part that asks about how Mary's culture, environment, and demographics might relate to her intervention. If you didn't receive the maximum points, that means that I wanted you to dig a little deeper, that you didn't demonstrate the critical thinking part. For example, how might Mary living in a community that supports underage drinking serve as a challenge for her to try and get sober, or coming from a home where there's substance use disorder and substances available, how might that interrupt with her treatment process? So asking questions like that and posing those in your answers, or that these are concerns that might interrupt or barriers that might hinder her treatment success, as well as looking at geographically, living in a rural area, how might that impair recovery? Looking at the interventions, which ones best match what she would need, whether you would look at intensive outpatient, whether you would do a residential treatment process for her, whether it would be a court-ordered sort of diversity program that for substance use that mandates intensive outpatient. Just looking at what would be the best intervention for her and utilizing some of the information that we've covered through the videos and the books as support, as well as some of your own knowledge around programs that are available for substance use disorder, or looking up articles and manuscripts that talk about treatments. The last part is with the treatment goals, establishing goals for Mary that are realistic for her to meet. For instance, you may not want to do abstinence with her based on her home situation. You may consider harm reduction. So Mary goes from drinking 20 drinks a week down to 5 is her goal, or her just showing up consistently for group therapy would be her treatment goal. Looking at goals that are realistic for her and seeing if you understand how to set goals based on some of what she's been through. They don't have to be perfect. We didn't cover a lot about treatment goals in this class, and you may not have had classes that had treatment goal planning as a part of them already if you came in from a major other than social work. But again, it's about the process so that when you are operating as a chemical dependency counselor assistant, and that you're asked to develop treatment goals, that you have an idea of how you set goals. So again, you have until tomorrow to turn in a one-page paper where you can gain between 10 to 25 additional points just for going through the process, so I can make certain that when you leave, you're competent. You can receive a grade. That doesn't necessarily mean that you've developed a competence in that area. And since this course is based on you receiving a certificate, I just want to make sure that when you come to the table that you're as skilled as possible, and that I was able to help you grow in your competence and your understanding of substance use disorder. So please, if it's take the time and resubmit so that you can gain the points, but more importantly, so that you can gain the knowledge of the process, and think critically so that you'll have this skill available to you as you practice. It's been a great semester for me getting to know you, and I hope that you've enjoyed the course as well, and I'll see you next semester.